You see, is it that difficult to put on that type of show every week? In the land of AEW, man, they got a couple of gems. After weeks of subpar television, AEW delivers the best Dynamite that they've done in weeks. Everything mattered. Everything had some sort of story around it. Everything made sense. Everything flowed. Forbidden Door shaping up very nicely. It's not that difficult, man. It's not that difficult. Just make it make sense. Consistency. Oh my goodness, man. You guys are going crazy in the chat already, man. You know, I know when we get a good show, man, because I feel the energy already. I feel it. I haven't even talked about what happened tonight yet. And you guys are showing me the love, and you guys are showing me the energy that I absolutely need right now, because it was near 90 degrees in New York City. And it's going to be hot in the venue, man. It's going to be hot in the beer garden when I get there on this Wednesday night. I hope your beverages are cold, man. It's going to be even warmer tomorrow. I may take the dark horse out tomorrow. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, man. My beverage is cold. It's ready to be drank. And when I get to the beer garden on this Wednesday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for June 19th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Actually, no, I'm in my mother's basement tonight, man. I don't even know where the fuck I am. This other guy is upstairs in the OG venue. I'm joined, as always, by the Chi-Town Smark himself. Jesse, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? How you feel today, bro?
I don't know, man. I can't tell where I am, man. Beer garden, my mother's basement, the venue. I don't know where the fuck I am. I got so many fucking places I gotta be at.
I know the feeling, man. I did a show last week, and I did like the first 5 minutes of the show before I realized I was at your house and not mine. What the fuck is going on here?
Listen, man, everybody loves being in the venue. I can't blame you for that one.
What are you gonna do? What a show!
Shout out to Deviate, by the way, for the great designs, man. Fucking incredible. Wait till you see what they're working on next. Oh my goodness, man! I showed Jesse. He didn't even fucking get back to me. Oh, actually, you did. I think you were like, oh man, that's great.
I did. You text me that. I was in the middle of lots of dad stuff, man.
I know.
Lots of dad stuff. Sometimes you gotta put your phone down and not be around it, man.
Yeah, it's a tough thing for me to do. I know.
Yeah.
Wait till you see what they are working on next, man. It's going to be fucking bonkers. But first of all, before we get into the show, I know Jesse said what a show tonight. I agree. It was a very, very good show. And I want to shout out a couple of my guys here, man. We got a couple of bombs. We got David Thiering with a $100 super chat, and my guy Jason Barker with a $100 super chat. David says, what's up, JD and Jesse? One question I have to ask, knowing what the men's and women's Owen Hart Tournament field is now with respect to the wild card on the men's side. How many names did TK get right out of the 15? Very interested to hear your thoughts. OTS for life. David, we will be talking about that in full in just a minute because I'm sure that's going to be a very hot button topic here tonight. But brother, thank you so much for your generosity and thank you for bringing the energy that we all need here tonight in the OTS venue. And Jason Barker, he says, I'm going to leave this right here right quick. Throwing big bombs out there. Speaking of bombing, Chris Jericho stinking bomb as of late. OTS for life. Thanks, guys. Yes, Jericho is stinking up the joint for sure. Thank God we only got one learning tree segment tonight. And the last couple of weeks, they haven't bombarded us with learning tree segments. But one segment is okay. 4, no mas. Not good. Anyway, Jesse, I'm going to let you start off the evening's festivities, man. I thought tonight was a great show. I thought the show flowed very good. I felt like outside the Daniel Garcia match, which I didn't really think needed to be done tonight, I thought mostly everything fit on the show. I thought it was their best Dynamite in weeks after a lot of weeks of basically subpar television, man. I thought they had home run tonight going into Forbidden Door.
Great show, right? Man,
yeah.
I don't want to say I was surprised, but, I mean, it feels good, though. I mean,
of course it does, because we know what they're capable
show
of.
With a good balance of wrestling and story, man.
Yes, we know what they're capable of.
Yeah. Love it.
What do you want to start off with tonight? What was the biggest takeaway of the show?
So, start off with MJF, man, of course. What else is there, man?
The ace.
You got to, man. The ring leader, man, the top guy. You know, speaking of top guys, fucking whatever. So anyway.
Who?
Yeah. So he starts the show off.
Dax, how you doing, brother? Listen, man, we wish Dax well, man.
How did you get unblocked and I didn't? You were the reason we got blocked.
Don't ask me these questions, man. Come on.
You were the reason we got blocked.
For what? What did I say?
What did you don't know what you say?
No.
Half the time, is that it?
No.
That it? Anyway, he unblocks you and says, I'll forget the other guy.
Hey, listen.
What are you going to do?
Take it up with my attorney, man. What do you want me to tell you?
What are you going to do? This is going to be one of those, who cares?
MJF, the ace. He showed up tonight. He wrestled Roosh in the opening match. Commercial-free MJF match, man. Gee, I wonder why they gave MJF's match commercial-free, man. Because he's the biggest draw on the fucking show.
Yeah, I mean, why not, bro? Why not, man? So, I mean, he comes out and he has this special match with Roosh. Yeah. It's announced as commercial-free. And I kind of felt like that something big was going to be going down. And nothing necessarily big went down, but this is definitely an MJF showcase match, letting everybody know that he's back. He feels good, no issues. He can go through a real match. This was no fluff match. This was no enhancement match. Roosh had one job tonight, and it was to go out there and put MJF through a stress test, and that's exactly what the fuck he did, man. And all parties came out looking good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought the match was great. It was a pay-per-view level match for sure. And before I get into anything, You guys are crazy, man. You guys are crazy. I love it. You guys are crazy. I'm crazy. This community is crazy, but I love every fucking one of you, man. Billy with a Billy bomb. $100 super chat. Hi, guys. I finally got a great Dynamite. MJF is back. We got some stories. Holy shit. Who is in the wild card bracket? Love you guys in the OTS family for life. We need Miro, Ricky Starks back ASAP, and hot Jamie Hayter. Give me more Mina Shirakawa, please. Especially with what she was wearing tonight, man. Mina all day long, man. Fuck Tony Time.
Oh, man.
Tony Time. Listen, man. Tony Time expired, bro. Mina Time.
Tony Time has had her time, man.
Done. It's bedtime for Tony.
Definitely Mina time around here, man. I think that's why Tony wants to kick her ass, man. What the?
In the venue, it's Mina time, okay? I'm sorry. Gotta say. Getting back on track. Billy, thank you so much, brother. Love the energy tonight, guys. You guys are great. MJF, he brought what everybody expected him to after being off for 6 months with injury. And I thought he wrestled fantastic. It was a pay-per-view level match. A lot of people were wondering, Jesse, is this going to be one of two matches? Are we going to get a fuck finish or some silly shenanigans here that leads to a match at Forbidden Door? It was basically a one and done. And we'll get into what happened at the end of the match with Don Callis and Roosh and what the developments could be there. But I thought MJF looked fantastic, man. 6 months out with injury, recuperating. He comes back and he showcases himself. And there's not 1 ounce of fucking ring rust on the guy. He wrestled like he didn't miss a fucking day. So he's back. The ace is
step off the ropes.
He did. I mean, nothing's going to be perfect. I mean, we've seen a lot of that lately. We've seen that all across WWE as well. I mean, shit happens. But I thought he looked fantastic for being out for 6 months. He did not miss a step. Like we said last week and the week before that, a match with Roosh is a perfect match to get him ready. How is he going to push the limits? How much can he take? You know, what's his threshold? Roosh is the perfect guy to do that, man. We know. He works stiff. He's a great fucking wrestler. Match went, I would say, 15-plus minutes, probably closer to the 20-minute mark. Great showcase tonight. Commercial-free. We didn't have any interruptions. I have no qualms about it. I thought it was a great match for both guys. MJF was on the defensive a lot. He got a little bloody in the mouth. And Roosh had a lot of offense, man. MJF was on defense for a lot of the match. And, you know, even though MJF won it, Roosh looked good in defeat. So I think they accomplished everything that they needed to tonight on both.
Yeah. That's how you book a match, you know, of this caliber, where you really don't want either one to lose, but you know who's supposed to win. Just make the other guy look like a real problem. Yeah. You know, like, oh, my God, I mean, he actually might beat MJF, you know. And then after the fact, you know, then we got a little segment in the back to show that they are doing something of importance with Roosh and everything else. And not only that, he put MJF through the ringer. Great showing. It was a great opening match, man. There's no complaints about it at all.
Yeah, Breezy in the chat. Very good comment, brother. He says, was a great stress test for MJF. Good way to put it. Yes, it's the John Taffer stress test on Bar Rescue, man. That's exactly what Tony Khan put MJF through, and he passed the test with flying colors. And it was great.
Exactly what I said, didn't I?
Really?
Yeah, literally. I literally said that to open the show. Where were you?
I'm looking at the chat, man. I got to shout out some of the great people in the chat, man. I'm not discrediting what you said. You're correct, 100% correct. But yes, everybody agrees there with what happened there with MJF. Now, after the match was over, we got a big screen promo with MJF in the ring, lingering after the match, after he defeated Roosh tonight. We got the Gates of Agony and Hechicero on the big screen. And apparently, Hechicero wants MJF at Forbidden Door on Long Island. Now, a lot of people were wondering, Jesse and I talked about it. Jason Solomonster and I talked about this last night on episode 53 of Tuesday Night Titans. I was wondering what they were going to do with MJF at Forbidden Door because the show's on Long Island at the UBS Arena, and they're not going to leave MJF off the card. We know that for sure. So at that point last week, Jesse, we didn't know what the full brackets were for the Owen. And I think we were all in agreement here. I think a lot of people were pretty much on point here with MJF. There's no reason why he would not be or should not want to be in the Owen, because he got fucked in the World Championship match against Samoa Joe from Adam Cole at World's End. He's back. The first thing on his list of things to do is get back his World Championship. He should want to be in the Owen. After people have been declaring, hey, I'm going to be in the Owen. Hey, I'm going to be in the Owen. Where's MJF saying, hey, I want to be in the Owen? Just doesn't make any sense logically. So we were all wondering what he was going to do at Forbidden Door. I pitched last week, well, maybe he's going to be in the Owen and he's going to be on the Forbidden Door card and wrestle Shingo. That clearly is not taking place. They are moving Shingo on to Bryan Danielson, which I have no problem with. That's going to be a fucking unbelievable match. But MJF, bro, is getting Hechicero at Forbidden Door, it looks like. It's not officially announced, but it looks like we're getting that match on Long Island. What do you think of that? And are you slightly disappointed with the AEW choice of opponent here for MJF at Forbidden Door?
So, for at least I don't know, at least for me, MJF not being in the tournament, it's supposed to make sense. The guy's been gone for 6 months. What has he done to get one of those precious spots in the fucking tournament? Besides his history, his pedigree, all that stuff, what has he done in the current meta to earn a spot? At the flip side, he's MJF. Of course, he'd be in it. So I could see it either way. So the fact that he's not in it, I'm not crying about that one. His opponent for Forbidden Door, though, I'll say I don't know who he is, but I'm not gonna be quick to discount who he's fighting. Just because I don't know who he is doesn't mean he's not gonna put on a banger show with MJF at the pay-per-view. I could do some research and find out if I really cared enough. I do not. I'm just gonna hope that they pick someone who's gonna get in that ring and make it a fantastic match, but I mean, it seems like Max can have a 5-star match with a broomstick, but I don't know who the guy is. So I'm not, it's hard to get excited about it, but the guy just came back. He's not going to be involved in a feud to get excited about in 2 weeks. So I just hope it's a good match, man. I mean, I don't know who the guy is. I don't know who a lot of the people in New Japan are. So it's not like I'm thinking the guy's a jobber or something like that just because I don't know him. I'll give him a shot, but it's going to have to wait and see at the pay-per-view because, again, I don't know who he is.
So going back to what you said before, MJF, he hasn't really done much of anything in this current meta, you said.
Right.
Yet we got the brackets announced tonight, and Rey Fenix is in the tournament. And Jay White's in the tournament, and Jeff Jarrett's in the tournament. What have they exactly done in the meta that MJF has not?
No, they've been on TV. That's all I got.
That's all it takes, huh? Just be on TV.
And then, we're just coming off of Mercedes getting hired by the company and getting a title match in her first match. So then there's that.
It is all over the place. The place. But I agree, man. From what I have seen of Hechicero, he's wrestled Bryan Danielson on Collision, and he's wrestled a couple other people throughout 2024 on AEW television. Solid worker. I like his vibe. I like his whole shtick. I think he's cool. And like you said, I mean, anybody that's going to be in there with MJF, no matter who he's in there with, if you don't know who he is or you do know who he is, MJF is going to make it fucking entertaining. Especially he's going to amp it up a little bit more than he usually does because he's going to be in front of his hometown people. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it is who and why. But at this point, and at this stage of his career, I don't think we could sit here and say MJF, anything he does is bad. I think he has at least shown us that we can trust him. So I'm not worried about that at all. It should be a decent match. And hopefully with whatever we got going on, going into All In by what was potentially teased tonight, MJF, we'll have to get through Forbidden Door. And man, if what we got tonight was a fucking seed planted for what he's doing at All In, sign me the fuck up. Because it looks like we could have potential plans in the works for both MJF and Will Ospreay going into All In.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what they're planning on doing here. I mean, by that tease, am I led to believe that Swerve is losing that title?
I thought that as well. it is certainly now open for discussion. You know, going into this show tonight, before Dynamite, it was Swerve's got to win. Swerve's got to win. It's still Swerve's got to win. But now, with what we got tonight, whether this was done by design or whether this was done to throw the scent off of people, because I think a lot of people are sharing the same sentiments as us, Swerve's got to win. You know, there's no way that he walks out without that championship. It could be a possibility that Ospreay beats Swerve by some way. Maybe we get some fuckery. He becomes the world champion, and when we get MJF and Will Ospreay for the world championship in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, because the problem is Will Ospreay, if we're getting Will Ospreay versus MJF, that is the main event. That has to close the show.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing that's going to follow that. So are we getting MJF versus Ospreay, you know, for the Continental Championship, you know?
The International Championship?
I'm sorry, the International. So that kind of makes no, I mean, I don't want to say it makes no sense, but the world title should be going on last. That's the problem. So I'm led to believe if they're teasing this match because they're going to give it to us All In, then one of these two, I'm assuming, will be world champion by the time we get there. And now we get Will Ospreay in a championship match against Swerve at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, I guess this is a great lead in here because we got the full brackets for the men's Owen. And the men's Owen, I was fully expecting AEW to really come on out and blow us away with the 8 guys that were going to be in this tournament. And I don't want to sit here and tell you that it's not a good field, because it is when you got the likes of Pac and Claudio and Brian and Shingo and Jay White in the tournament. You know, that's a great group of guys. It is. But what Jesse and I, and we've said this for weeks, and Jason and I on Tuesdays have said this specifically, and very vehemently we've said this. This should be a tournament of the top 8 guys in this fucking industry. Never mind the fucking company. The industry. You should have all former world champions. I mean, the top of the top. You give me the best of the best. And I say this, and Jesse said this, and Jason said it, because the stakes this year are different than years prior for the Owen. This year, the winner gets the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship and the main event of Wembley All In. Okay? That upped the ante significantly. And then we get the field of 8. So this is why I was saying MJF's absolutely got to be in it. He's got Jay White's got to be in it. Brian's got to be in it. Fucking, you know, Okada. Anybody you throw at me got to be a major fucking name. Just world championship caliber guys. So we get the brackets today. And I don't want to say that it's bad. It's not bad. But I'm disappointed because this is what we were given. Pac versus Claudio. On paper, great match. Fucking phenomenal workers. The match tonight felt rushed. Honestly. And there's no reason for me to believe, Jesse, that Claudio was going to win this match. I had a feeling, even last week, going into it, that whoever Pac wrestled was going to win. So he beat Claudio tonight. He's in the next round. On the same side, we got Shingo Takagi and Bryan Danielson. Now, that's happening at Forbidden Door. Great match, worthy of Forbidden Door. It's Bryan's last, ride. This is his last full-time year. He's going to get whoever the fuck he wants. I don't blame Tony for doing this match. In fact, kudos to Tony. I like this inclusion. I like the fact that the tournament starts at Forbidden Door. I like the fact that a major champion in New Japan is in the tournament, and this is a major match for the tournament. So even if this was 2 of the 8 guys, elite guys that Tony put in the tournament, I love it. I would have put these guys in the tournament regardless. So Bryan and Shingo. Then on the opposite side, we got Jay White and Rey Fenix. Okay, it's a great match. I think I'm done. I think you're done, Jesse, with the Bang Bang Gang and the Death Triangle. Rey Fenix really hasn't done much of anything since being back. He's not really someone I would consider for this type of tournament with the prize going to Wembley. Jay White, on the other hand, I think a lot of people are going to be in the camp of, well, he needs to be in the tournament because he is one of the elite guys in the industry. So he's there. Not big on the match, and I don't think Rey Fenix belongs there. Then we get to the other side. Underneath that, Jeff Jarrett's in the tournament. Now, I see a lot of people throwing it right back to me because I did not like Jeff Jarrett being in the tournament. I understand that Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart were close. I get that before Owen tragically passed away, that he had a relationship, tag team partner of Owen. I get it. But with the stakes on the line, and what's on the line here for Wembley being in the main event, Jeff Jarrett, from what we've seen on television, does not belong in this tournament. I don't give a shit what his relationship is with Owen Hart. If you want to include him in the Owen, tribute, there are other ways to go about it. You can have him present the trophy. You can have him be the special guest referee for the finals. You could do anything of that sort for Jeff Jarrett to pay tribute to Owen Hart. But for him to be in the tournament, Jesse, and this is what angers me, and this is why I sit here and I raise my tone with these fans on social media. Oh, he's only there to take a loss. He's paying tribute to Owen, and no matter who he wrestles, he's going to lose anyway. Why are we looking at the tournament for the number one prize in the company, the main event of the biggest show all year? Why are we looking at Jeff Jarrett as, hey, you know what, it's good. It's an automatic loss, and whoever's going to beat him is going to go to the next round anyway. He's paying tribute. No, that's not what we need to do here for the stakes that are on the line. So I don't really understand why Jeff Jarrett is in this tournament, but we leave someone like MJF out. We leave somebody like, I don't know, give me somebody, Okada or someone like that. Like, you can go and find somebody better than fucking Jeff Jarrett. And we don't even know who he's wrestling. I have a hunch who he's wrestling, but how did you feel about that? And with everything that we just kind of led up to here, how you feeling about the overall tournament?
I 100% agree. You know, I see a lot of people angry that, you know, that you didn't want Jeff Jarrett in the tournament. I've never liked Jeff Jarrett. I was here advocating that Jeff Jarrett not be on TV for a while. So he was Owen's tag team partner. That's great. I mean, that doesn't mean, as a matter of fact, it would serve him better as being Owen's tag team partner to do something bigger than just being there to take an L. You know, like you said, he could present the trophy. How about we make Jeff Jarrett the special commissioner over all of the Owen Hart Cup matches? You know, special enforcer or something like that. Have him be the one who is the authority figure on everything involving these matches. That integrates him throughout the whole tournament.
Have him come out and announce all the 8 guys.
Yeah.
Have him be the timekeeper. Something.
Anything. I mean, I'm not opposed to having him there to honor his friend. You know, but I just don't see the purpose in putting him in the tournament. I mean, that just because, you know, he was friends with Owen when he passed away, that I don't see how that makes him a mandatory entry. I understand the significance. I understand the bond that they had. I think we should do something bigger. Unless he's going to win the tournament, why put him in it? Why put him in it? He's not going to win. Everybody who's crying that, oh, I can't believe you don't want him in there because that was Owen's tag team partner. Those people, you know he's not going to win, right? So why not do something bigger, something better, something more important? Have him come out with Martha. I mean, just anything. Have him come out. Have him do a promo or a video package about what Owen meant to him, what they did, how they traveled together, and how close were they, and have that role at the day of the pay-per-view. I mean, I could think of so many different things.
Literally. We came up with fucking 3 or 4 things each that they could have done for Jeff Jarrett to be in the tournament. And this is what angers me about the fan base. You can't say anything, and it's looked at as negative. Meanwhile, what they are not listening to and what they're not seeing, and this goes for AEW as well, because I'm sure people there are watching our show. We know people watch our show, and they're going to misconstrue what we say as negative. It's not negative. We want this tournament to be the biggest fucking tournament of the entire year because of what's on the line and where the winner gets to go at the end of this thing. Jeff Jarrett does not belong there for what is on the line. If you are putting Jarrett in the tournament and you are already giving away his spot, hey, it's Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart, they were great buddies, man. And you're already claiming that he's going to lose, and it's all right because he's going to lose as long as he's paying tribute. That's not what we're here for. You can do that anytime, and Jesse and I came up with 8 or 9 different fucking things to do for Jeff Jarrett. If you want Jarrett to pay homage and tribute, you can do that. But for the World Championship, for Jarrett to be in a tournament to compete, to be in the main event for Wembley, bro, that's a huge fucking slap in the face, man. I don't give a shit what you're doing, who you are, and why you made that decision. It's a bad look. It's a bad look for the tournament. So now, out of 8 spots in this tournament, 1 is now a waste. And 1 match out of 4 is a fucking waste. If that's the case, why isn't Ricky Starks in the fucking tournament? If that's the case, why isn't Malachi Black in the tournament? Or somebody. You couldn't find anybody else but Jeff Jarrett to be in the tournament because he was great friends with Owen Hart. I don't get it.
Nah, it makes no sense.
It makes 0 sense whatsoever. This is why, and listen, MJF, not in the tournament. They teased him and Will Ospreay. I get it. But now it opens up by looking at the tournament. Well, who's going to the main event? Swerve is listen. Swerve winning the match at Forbidden Door is still the way that it should end up. So now I'm looking at, just based off that, Swerve versus Bryan Danielson. I could see that being the main event of the tournament. I don't think that's going to be, or the main event of Wembley. I could see that being the case, but I don't think that's going to end up being the case. The wild card is what everybody's going to be hanging their hat on here. Who the wild card is. Who is it? I'm going to make a prediction here, just like everybody else. Adam Page is the wild card. And Jason and I talked about this last night. I feel that Tony is trying to do everything he can to not make it completely obvious that Will Ospreay is going to be the world champion, because that's what everybody expects him to do. Either be the world champion coming out of Forbidden Door or main event Wembley and win the championship. I don't think Tony's going to do that because it's so blatantly obvious. I think Tony's going to try and throw the scent off, and I think he's going to go in a different direction. I think Adam Page wrestles Jeff Jarrett. I think Adam Page goes to the finals with Bryan Danielson. We get a rematch, which I have no problem with there, and I think Adam Page wins. And I think Adam Page goes to Wembley, wrestles Swerve for the World Championship. Meanwhile, MJF gets Will Ospreay, and we get a huge double main event for Wembley. I think that's the direction that they're going. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm predicting that we see.
When is Ricochet's contract up?
Sometime in July.
In July?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. He is not the wild card.
Okay, just wondering.
Though we could, he could be available for Wembley for sure.
He could be. He'll be at Wembley.
I mean, it's gonna be tough to have Ricochet on the roster and then not put him in a match with Will Ospreay at Wembley Stadium. I think that could probably be served as a match somewhere this fall. But again, that's MJF and Will Ospreay match potentially being for the World Championship. Ospreay beating Swerve at Forbidden Door. I mean, it is a possibility. I just don't think that Tony Khan goes that way. Because if Swerve is going to lose the championship, it better be for a very good reason. And right now, there is no reason why he should be losing that World Championship. 0. So
I could see Ricochet in the opening match at All In.
I could see that too.
Give him a match against another high flyer from New Japan. Don't need a story out there. Just have him go out there and do his shit for the opening match. I could definitely see that.
So that is my opinion on Jeff Jarrett being in the tournament. I don't want to come off disrespectful, but from a fan's point of view, because this is what this show is, from the fans' point of view, having him in the tournament is just it's to look at it just on paper, it's ridiculous. Just based off what we've been given. He's in a jobber stable. He's in a joke of a stable or group. And then you put him in the tournament because he wants to pay tribute to Owen. The whole fucking tournament is a tribute to Owen. His name is in the fucking name of the tournament. Why do we need anybody that was a part of Owen's life in this tournament? I don't get it. Like, it's so stupid to me. You're just wasting a fucking spot. Oh, he's going to lose anyway. No, I look at this tournament as a bigger deal than, we can give away one bracket. No, we can't. That's just lazy creative. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. But I got these 2 guys, actually 1 guy and 2 super chats here, man. Holy shit, David M. David M with a $100 super chat times 2. Couple of shows ago, I made the joke hear about how do AEW fans follow storylines. They don't. They just hope for a great match. And literally, Jesse just said that. Yeah.
We're talking about Forbidden Door. We also said in the past that Forbidden Door is the one show where we're not going to harp on storylines so much.
Yeah. We have said that. We're not going to go too hard on it. They are making sense of the matches that we are getting, which I appreciate. And Jesse and I have said multiple times that this month, for Forbidden Door and the build, it's more like the All-Star game. So we're not going to look at things under the microscope as closely as we would maybe for an All In or going into a Wrestle Dream or a Double or Nothing. So this is a little bit more of a laxed build, but they're making sense of it. And tonight's show did very good at forwarding some of the bigger stories that they have going into the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. And David M. also says, why is Double J in the tournament? Because you never know when a wild slapnuts will appear. The thing is, David, I do not believe in Double J, but I do believe in Joe Hendry. So, yes. I don't want to say Double J's name and then he appears, but Joe Hendry, I would like to see him appear for sure. Yeah. Oh, my God. Where'd that come from, man? Where is that?
I don't know, man. Must have said his name.
Anyway, we're going to get into the rest of the show, guys. We got a great contract signing with Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa. I enjoyed that greatly. You know why. But the build for that has been very good, and it's probably the best story that AEW is telling right now, and a tremendous face-to-face with Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay that did so much to enhance their match already. It was going to be a banger. It was going to be a classic already. And what they did tonight, oh, my goodness, man. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us on Long Island. We will get into all that and the rest of your AEW Dynamite post-show right here on Off the Script. We got 1,700 live tonight. Love the energy in the chat. But I'm looking at the likes, and I only see 414. Where are you guys, man? I'm going to need you to get that number up at least to 750 minimum before the stream is over. So hit that thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Helps me out tremendously. Hit that subscribe button as well down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go follow Jesse on Twitter, at ShotTownSmark, and go follow him and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. His YouTube channel is linked down below in the description. Just click his name. It'll take you right there.
Also, real quick.
Yeah.
I recently did a little bit of an interview and a guest appearance on the Flex Zone podcast. Nice group of guys over there, man. Small channel that they're looking to build, and I actually enjoyed myself, man. Some insightful stuff. They asked me some personal questions about my life and everything else, and made me feel at home. So do me a favor and go check out the Flex Zone podcast.
There you go. My guy Guardian of Chaos in the chat, he says, JD, the Red Cardinal is a loved one letting you know they are with you. I posted a picture from this morning. I got this Red Cardinal that visits the backyard every single day. Whether it's the backyard, the front yard, I see him somewhere at least one time a day, somewhere around the house. And Guardian says that the lore of the Red Cardinal is that a loved one is coming down to make sure you're safe, or it's a very spiritual thing. I agree. I believe in that stuff, and I attribute that to my grandpa. I think that's my grandpa trying to make sure that I'm all right. So
there you go.
I appreciate that, Guardian. Thank you very much, brother. Speaking of Red, the Amazing Red was just announced tonight. High Intensity, July 26th for House of Glory. Whose house is it going to be? Is it going to be the house of the Amazing Red, or is it going to be Swerve's house? Swerve Strickland is coming on into House of Glory in the main event of High Intensity, our biggest show of the year, and he's wrestling the Amazing Red in the main event. Believe that?
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you ask Mr. Red if he understands what the word retirement means?
Are you insinuating that Red is someone that should retire from in-ring competition?
No, sir, not at all. I'm insinuating that didn't he already retire?
He did not.
He did. I thought it was his last match like a while ago.
He did not retire. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Did you watch the Mike Santana match with Amazing Red that we just posted on the House of Glory YouTube channel?
Oh man, I gotta check that out. No.
You got to go check it out, man. Probably when you look at that match and you compile all of your best matches for 2024, if that's not at the top of your list for best independent pro wrestling match of the year, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Really.
All right. I gotta check it out then.
And Red's going to be in a banger match with Swerve. You guys can watch that live on Triller TV Plus, powered by Fight. I will be on the call with the Solid Monster, man. I can't wait. We are so blessed and so fortunate to be in the building on the call for that one. Guys like Swerve and guys like Red, man, they make our job incredibly easy because of how good they both are. So I can't wait to see that live and in person. And if I see Swerve in person, I'll ask him if he can unblock Jesse. Maybe.
Don't. I don't even want it at this point.
He may be mad at me, man. I hope he's not mad at me because we are in full support of his title run. We're just not a fan of what Tony's doing to the title run.
No, that doesn't matter, though, man.
Yeah, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. Super chats are open. Get them on in. I love the energy so far. And please go check out all of the rest of the content on the channel. Jason and I, the Solid Monster, we're live for episode 53 of Tuesday Night Titans. Go check that out. Some great discussion. We talked about all the hot topics, including Drew McIntyre and the CM Punk ending at Clash of the Castle and the Wyatt 6 debut and where they need to go with it and what they cannot do as far as making the same mistakes they made with Bray and The Fiend. So go check that out. Great discussion there. Almost 3 hours of audio content. I love it. Tuesday nights is appointment television here on OTS. And so is Wednesday. Let's get into the top of the show, Jesse. We start off with MJF, commercial-free with Roosh, one-on-one. And there's no reason to waste our time going over what we've already stated. MJF and Roosh was a great match to get MJF's feet wet again, getting back in the ring on AEW television. And this was a great match. Very solid return for both MJF and Roosh back to in-ring competition. So right out of the gate, Roosh tried to drop down. MJF opted for a Fargo strut, and he did his ravishing Rick Rude hip swivel. We get a chop battle. MJF went to the eyes, popped the crowd. He still has that heel shtick, those heel mannerisms, those heel maneuvers. Now it's popping the crowd, which is a great thing to see. So MJF's mouth was busted open already. Slight color there. Roosh posed, kept MJF grounded in the corner. He missed the bull's horns, his finish. And a couple of flash roll-ups here back and forth. MJF spiked Roosh with a cradle DDT for a 2 count, which looked vicious. He dropped Roosh right on his head. MJF tried to float over, and he kind of landed awkwardly there, and he suckered Roosh in with a Storm Zero-like pile driver. Excellent move. So he was taking too much time to follow the pile driver. Roosh caught MJF charging with an overhead belly-to-belly into the corner. MJF then tried to leap off the second turnbuckle, slipped a little bit like we called out in the beginning of the show. Roosh threw a right hand. Now, I don't know if did he slip or did he do that on purpose? Or was this just so perfectly timed and they really kind of cleaned it up in the moment? It almost came off like it was purposely done, Jesse, but if it was a botch, man, oh man, they covered that up fucking in the moment, quick.
If you watch Max, we love you, bruh. Nobody more than me. You know us, man. You know we gonna call out the truth as we see it.
He was playing up the leg, though, man. He was playing up the leg. He could have been like, you know what? I'm gonna fake an injury slipping off the top rope.
That could have happened. You know what else I think happened? I think Damian Priest went to go leap over the top rope and then instead caught his foot between the top and the middle rope on purpose, and then dangled for a while and then sold it for the rest of the match. Maybe that was all a part of the script.
This guy here. Blame this guy, okay? This guy.
Oh, look, he slipped, man. The guy hasn't been in the ring and
I know. Listen, shit happens, man. Shit happens. I'm not going to. Oh, but where's that same energy for Jade? Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna hear it. I know.
Let me tell you something. People who may have been thinking that Maxwell Jacob Freeman has earned the right to slip off as many fucking ropes as he feel like it. Jade feels like she's still trying to find out where the ropes are at times. So it's not the same thing.
There you go. I'm giving Jesse a round of applause, man. Come on.
No, just saying.
People don't want to hear that that logical reasoning, bro. What are you doing, man? I may have to dump you. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know they out there. I know people. I got somebody on my timelines on Twitter today bringing me up about something. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. I already had them blocked. For some reason, they keep thinking about me. I'm honored. So I'm going to continue saying shit.
I get it every day. People bringing you up and then mentioning me. All Jesse does is agree with JD. No,
Yeah.
I mean, no, we don't actually. You know, he disagrees with me more than you guys realize.
All the time. But I'm not gonna debate them on that. Just
No.
what you feel, whatever, man. Just enjoy.
So
Go
MJF,
watch people who you enjoy.
yeah, I agree. MJF did slip. Roosh threw a right hand, followed with a straight jacket pile driver, went for cover, got a 2 count. We go to the outside. Roosh repeatedly slammed MJF into the barricade. He slid a chair in the ring. This was a little fucking stupid, honestly. He slid a chair into the ring, but it was to turn Paul Turner's attention away from what was going on between him and MJF, and he wanted to cheat. He wanted to get some advantage on MJF. Now, Jesse, I'm looking at Paul Turner, and all Roosh did was slide the chair perfectly to the opposite side of the ring. And Paul Turner, he's acting as if he's removing a dead body from the fucking ring. He's in the corner like, what the fuck was he doing? At this time, he was in the corner, bro, for so long. Roosh went underneath the ring. He got a camera cable. He started beating MJF with the camera cable, choking MJF with the camera cable, and then he finally comes over and sees what's going on. What was he doing?
He could have taken his foot, kicked it out of the ring, and kept reffing.
It's like he walked out of the arena and made an order at Starbucks and then came back and then realized, oh, shit, the match is still going on, man. What the fuck is going on with these referees, bro?
I don't know. I wish they would apply a little bit of logic and protect the refs a little bit more when they want to incorporate them in spots, dude. It does not take for you to see the chair, stop, turn your back to the action, examine the chair, pick it up, place it out of the ring, and then wonder how it got there, and then come back, and then the whole goddamn landscape of the match you were just reffing has changed. What are we fucking doing?
Ridiculous. It just looks...
And that wasn't even the worst ref spot of the night.
It looks so silly. It just looks silly. So, I mean, at this point, you know, Roosh is just choking him out with the cable wire. He finally comes over, and he sees what's going on. He saw the cable on the floor. It's not like Roosh was hiding it. So where'd the cable come from? He didn't ask any questions. You just, you know, ushered everybody back into the ring. So Roosh, at the same time, you know, fucking the fans in the front row, ripping up signs and fucking talking trash. Great. So back inside, Roosh called for the finish. He went for bull's horns. He took too long. And MJF got up, and MJF nailed him with a lariat. Spine buster and punches by MJF. Heat seeker to follow. Stalling brain buster for the 1-2-3. He got the clean victory over Roosh. Very good match. Pay-per-view worthy match. Good stuff. Brian Cage, Gates of Agony, and Hechicero were on the big screen, and they were applauding MJF and said the EVPs have made the match official for Forbidden Door. MJF versus Hechicero at the pay-per-view. Crowd didn't really react by this announcement or from this announcement because, I mean, it is kind of, it is what it is. But
Ooh, that's what they said. They were saying the same thing I was saying. Who?
Yeah, who? Yeah. And listen, it should be a fun pay-per-view match, and I think Max has earned our trust to go in there and deliver no matter who he's in the ring with. He'll make it work. Not really sitting here worried about that, but the match itself with Roosh, this was, like Jesse said, a stress test. It was a great first showing for Max back, and nobody can complain what we saw tonight. Great stuff. Renee.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. You know, I know there are doubters out there. I mean, even, you know, we got it in, you know, I think it was the super chats too. I mean, again, we don't expect a lot of story here, guys, but we do expect great wrestling.
Yeah.
So if you give me MJF versus someone that we don't know, I'm going to assume you have some great wrestling lined up on a show where we're not expecting a lot of story. That's all I would say.
I'm going to talk about this now, being that it kind of goes with what we just mentioned with MJF potentially slipping off the rope. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat. First of all, thank you, bro. He says, I'm not sure if you've seen videos, but the reason that Jade fell off the ropes because the ropes were not fully secured to WWE standards. Your thoughts? Why is this the excuse? Because on the same show, in the same night, Zoe Stark did 2 springboards in her tag team match, the same match that she was in with Jade, and she had no problem.
There could be a million reasons.
A billion reasons, yeah.
There could be a bit. First off, WWE assembled the ring, so I don't want to hear someone else, didn't do it. They assembled their own rings, and it could be a music. There could be a reason why Max slipped off the rope. Someone else perspired on it or something. Who fucking knows? I'm sure there's a reason for a lot of things, but the ones with experience know how to overcome them. So when you're inexperienced and something like that happens, no one's gonna default to, oh, well, maybe it was the rope not being tight enough. I feel like an experienced wrestler would have peeped that and made the adjustments. So I mean, it just comes to tweet. Look, we give her shit for falling off the ropes, bro, but it's a part of the game. We deep down we know it. It all fucking happens to everyone. No one's saying.
Could Jesse and I do what she did? No,
I can't fuck. I can't even slip off the ropes the correct way. So I mean, it's fine. We're just giving her shit, okay? Everybody calm down. It's okay.
So, again, thank you, Hollywood guy, but no, the ropes were not loose. And WWE, meticulously goes over everything. If WWE made an error like that, I mean, I find that very difficult to believe. And like Jesse said, it's all how you handle it. MJF handled it perfectly. Roosh handled it perfectly. 2 professionals. Braun Breaker last night, or on Monday rather, he also slipped off the second turnbuckle, delivering a Frankensteiner, something that he's done 1,000 fucking times to Sheamus. Sheamus is not the smallest guy. That's the first time they've worked together. And Braun Breaker followed that up, and he didn't get rattled. The thing with Jade is, when it happened, 3 or 4 other spots after that spot were a disaster. So she didn't handle herself, and she didn't go into the rest of the match, playing it off cool, calm, and collected. Everything just kind of seemingly fell apart after that. And that's the difference between Jade and everybody else that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Renee, she was backstage with Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, Dante Martin, and Mark Briscoe. Similar to last week. Got amped up in his promo before Jack Perry walked into frame and quickly left. This was the only time we saw Jack Perry on the show. Briscoe told him to get the hell out of here before getting back into his promo, which hyped up O'Reilly and Martin. And Renee was there, and she was given a friendship bracelet by Orange Cassidy. I don't know, man. Should I be slightly concerned here with the relationship between Orange Cassidy and Renee Paquette, man? What is Moxley thinking?
What do you think would happen to Orange fucking Cassidy?
He would be buried 6 feet under.
So I don't think, again, Renee, I mean, it feels like to me, if there's any talent out there watching that wants to correct me, it feels like to me that Renee would be one of like the little sisters or the aunts of the AEW locker room. And if any fucking guy, imagine being out at a bar and Renee is out there with the girls and some drunk guy comes and fucks with her with half the fucking roster out there not knowing who she was. I mean, that guy's fucking dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they all probably just fucking treat her like a little sister, man. I mean, so she has such a positive vibe. That's why I enjoy what she does when she goes out there, especially when she interacts with heels who just want to be rude and ignorant to her when she's just the nicest fucking person. I think that adds to the heels fucking shtick. So I enjoy what Renee is doing for this company, man.
Yeah, I don't listen. I used Game Changer a lot in the early days of AEW, but I would say Renee's a game changer. Anybody else in that role, it doesn't have the same vibe at all. Not even close.
Oh, she's great at what she does, man.
I think they're onto something with these Mark Briscoe fucking over-the-top promos. This is the second week that they've done it, and I think they're onto something here. I like it. It gives him a little bit of character. It makes him nutty, gets the fans hyped up, and no complaints about Mark Briscoe doing what he's got to do, man. I'd like to see more of him.
Yeah, he's a little bit out there. It almost feels like they're giving him a little bit of the R-Truth vibe.
Yeah.
Without a lot of the ridiculous wackiness that comes with R-Truth. But I do like that because it does give you something else to root for him a little bit more than just in and out there wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I am liking it as well. I did want to give it a little bit more time to see if it evolved a little bit more and get a little bit funnier. But so far, yeah, I am enjoying everything they're doing with Mark Briscoe.
Probably what was the best part of the entire show, in my honest opinion. Will Ospreay is out there, and he's the current international champion. And Swerve Strickland out there with Prince Nana. He is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. We had a face-to-face here. Two of the men that will be in the main event for Forbidden Door on Long Island for the world title. Will Ospreay said that they're in the same ring together again. He's held 3 different championships in 3 different continents at the same time. He says he will show Swerve he is the best wrestler in the world today. Swerve starts cracking a smile. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm the best wrestler in the world today. Everybody's the best wrestler in the world. MJF thinks he's the best wrestler in the world. Okada thinks he's the best wrestler in the world. It's where the best wrestle. So I get it. AEW's going with the vibe. He said he's been watching his career, and they've taken different career paths the last 5 years. He says he's been excelling in 2 different worlds, pro wrestling and entertainment. This is Swerve speaking. He says he's been doing it all by himself. He told Ospreay that he beat Kenny Omega last year at Forbidden Door with the help of Don Callis and the Don Callis family, and asked if that would be his approach this year. He asked if he'll be calling Don Callis. Ospreay says, I don't need Don Callis. I don't need the family. So they then cut to the backstage area, and Don Callis, Trent Beretta, Kyle Fletcher, and Konosuke Takeshita were watching this face-to-face backstage on the television monitor. Ospreay, he said last year when he beat Omega, that was just the start of the summer of Ospreay. He listed wrestlers he beat last summer. He said, as Swerve had a hit row, he's had a hit list. He brought up Wembley Stadium being around the corner. He asked if he's confident his kill shot will hit the target. He listed all of his signature moves. He went over the hidden blade and the Os cutter, etc., etc. He said people will say he's on a different level. He said the pain he'll feel if he uses the Tiger Driver 91 will be at another level. Ospreay said this will be Swerve's first pay-per-view main event as AEW World Champion. And Swerve said that this is Ospreay's first pay-per-view main event, and it's all thanks to him. Swerve says he dropped all of his friends. He said everyone who came at him are in their graves. He asked who Ospreay will be if he breaks his leg or arm. Will these people still love you the same way? Swerve says he can leave the wrestling business, and he is still the mogul, the businessman, the podcaster, the actor. He said the championship will consume Ospreay. He says he has to sacrifice that much more to be in the position that he's in. Swerve says he doesn't get it yet. He's had to sacrifice the love of his wife and son to be successful at that level, and he doesn't think he's ready for that. Ospreay then says, don't you dare mention my son again. Don't make this personal, bruv. So Nana stepped in, and I like that Nana stepped in there because it started to get heated, and said this isn't the time or the place. He told them to save their energy and all they got for their match at Forbidden Door. So Ospreay's music begins to play. He begins to walk out of the ring. Swerve yells for the music to be turned off and asks Ospreay, what if I want to make this personal? He says when it comes to the title, when he goes home, send his regards to his wife and his son. Ospreay ran back in the ring, and they butted heads legitimately. Got in Swerve's face, that Ospreay. They went forehead to forehead. Swerve's music played, and that was the way the segment came to a close. This was a tremendous piece of business here. The match was going to be a banger regardless. They could have did nothing up until the pay-per-view, and it would have been a great fucking match. This is more of what we need to see from AEW. I don't know why we don't see this often in AEW. Now, with monthly pay-per-views or somewhat on a regular pay-per-view schedule once per month, they got 9. We need to see more of this. The AEW doesn't do this segment enough between champion and challenger, face-to-face promos. This is great stuff. This is where AEW thrives. You know, Jesse, we've been very critical of the way Tony Khan has handled Swerve's title run, and Swerve is not to blame for the haphazard way Tony Khan's booked his title run, and Swerve has carried himself the best way that he could. But after tonight, with these two guys in the ring, I'm going to have to give the points here to Will Ospreay, man. The intensity, the fucking directness of what he said, the emotion coming from Ospreay, man. I just felt it more from Will Ospreay tonight than I did for Swerve Strickland. Not saying that Swerve came at Ospreay bad. I'm just saying that if I'm basing this shit on points tonight, I'm giving the win here tonight to Will Ospreay.
Yeah. So I just sent you a text about what some a-hole just tweeted out. while you read that, I'll go over that.
Well, my phone is in the other room. Should I go get my phone?
Unless you can see it from my Twitter profile. I don't know. Let me see. Oh,
Is
wait.
it in regards to me?
No. Hold on. No. I'll send it to your DM.
Okay.
So you can just pull it up on the fucking computer. As soon as I fucking find you. So the thing about this one is I think this back and forth would have gone a little bit differently if Swerve was being presented as a heel. You know, I mean, again, he is in the ring with Will Ospreay, and the feeling is Will Ospreay is the bigger babyface. I mean, unfortunately, that is just the feeling. I mean, because I'm sorry, he just is. So when you put two opponents in the ring, the natural reaction of fans is they want one to be the babyface, and they want one to be the heel. They want to cheer for one, and they want to boo one. And in this situation, that's gonna be Ospreay. He's gonna be the babyface, you know. And Swerve is being presented as a heel. So the vibe is, and even though Nana came in to try to stop the tension, because that's kind of what you would do if there was two baby faces, but the vibe is this guy's the guy that everyone wants to win. This guy is the champion that everyone does believe should win. So what do we do here? I mean, we really don't want to boo either one of these guys. But if you make Swerve heel, we'll happily boo him, and then we'll cheer for Ospreay a lot more and probably have a bigger investment into the match as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Swerve did come off very heelish here. He made it personal. He was given strict orders, don't mention my son again. And he defied those, orders from Ospreay. He disrespected Ospreay and said it again, which kind of came off to me as, okay, I could see who's playing what role here. And I thought this was, like I said, a tremendous piece of business for both guys. I don't know if Swerve is going to go and play a heel after the fact, but for this match, I don't really see why it's necessary, because I don't think Swerve is going to lose this match. And I don't think Will Ospreay, after what we've been given tonight and the clues that we were given, I don't think Ospreay is going into Wembley as the world champion, and I don't think he's going into the pay-per-view at Wembley challenging for the world championship. So I don't see why we need to turn Swerve right now. If this was any other situation, like we have already discussed, AEW's got a major problem at the top of the card where it's very babyface heavy. And if there's one guy, by default, we're going to choose to switch over to a heel role, it would be Swerve. Especially when Kenny Omega comes back. You're looking at MJF, you're looking at Will Ospreay, you're looking at Kenny Omega. I mean, 3 huge baby faces. And then you got Swerve, who's a baby face. I mean, not everybody could be a baby face. I get it's where the best wrestle, and it's all about what happens in the ring, but there's got to be a heel, there's got to be a baby face, there's got to be a Batman, there's got to be a Joker. Simple. Yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I think with what we were given, I think Swerve is just kind of testing Ospreay. And after this promo was over, even something more interesting happened. The Don Callis family were backstage, and Don Callis says he knows Ospreay better than this. He knows Ospreay better than his own mother. And things will be fine. And the last one to watch, as they all walked away, Jesse, Kyle Fletcher stayed there and was contemplating even harder than the rest of the guys were as they all walked away. I don't know what that means. They did that for a specific reason. Is Kyle Fletcher thinking about leaving the Don Callis family? Is he going to align himself back with Will Ospreay at some point? I don't know. So that's a little piece of information there that could be used at the pay-per-view. We don't know which way yet. So I don't know.
Did you get that DM?
I did, yes. Let's see. I may be blocked by this guy. No. Oh, yes. Look at that. Even, you love who's watching the show. Thick cheese. Thick cheese. Yeah. Thanks for watching the show, brother.
Appreciate it. Now look. So if you go and play the clip, he stops right before I say anything that might explain what I previously just said, or says anything nice about anyone involved. He cut it right where he wanted to cut it and then sent it to Jade Cargill.
Love how that works, right? It happens all the time. Thick cheese. I go to his account, he's blocked. This is a commonality with a lot of people, man. Even though you people have either said some heinous and nefarious shit to me, and I've blocked you, and you continue to still talk shit as you're blocked, I see you all watching the show. Yep. So you're still watching, no matter how much you just hate what I have to say about the thing that you love the most. I don't know why something like that needed to be clipped. I don't. We didn't say anything. We didn't say anything disrespectful to Jade. I wasn't here calling her, oh my God, she's fucking awful. She should go back to the Performance Center and get out of the business completely. Jesse and I didn't say nothing like that. I didn't say nothing like that. Why was this necessary?
They're going to clip that next and send
Of course it is. They'll leave out everything I just said before and after. I know.
They have nothing better to do. I mean, they're just sitting there in front of their screen looking for something, just something to do to try to make somebody mad. I'm fucking happy that you're watching the show. Thank you. The ad revenue, that helps. Thank you.
And then Jesse says, why didn't you include what I said afterwards? Is it because it didn't fit your narrative? Yes, that's why he didn't include it. And then his reply to Jesse was, why don't you lose weight? Which is basically a deflection because more than likely this guy is a fat fucking slob who's never felt the presence of a woman anywhere in his fucking orbit, and he has no fucking friends because he's clearly watching the show from a guy that has blocked him and he's talked shit to before, and he's watching us now. Hi, Thick Cheese. Hi, Thick Cheese. How are you, bro? Hi, guys. Thick Cheese. Hi, guys.
Thick Cheese.
I'll show your fucking mother Thick Cheese. Homemade, bitch. Keep watching the fucking show. Fucking slob. Fucking ridiculous. I love it, man. Listen. After this is over, I'm hopping on Destiny 2, and I'm going to be up till 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to wake up at whatever fucking time I want tomorrow morning, and none of you bother me. I'm going to go about my day. It's going to be 90 fucking degrees. I'm going to take the dark horse out tomorrow, and I'm not thinking at all about fucking 600-pound thick fucking cheese.
Thick cheese.
Fucking ridiculous. Enjoy your job at fucking Wendy's, geek.
I love
fucking geek.
It wasn't even the first one. Somebody else got mad and tweeted earlier. Apparently, they got blocked in the chat and had all these insults in the pipe. Okay, that's blocked.
What are you going to accomplish by tagging Jade Cargill and MJF in the tweet? Do you realize? I don't want to blow a spot. You realize that MJF has been a viewer of this show before, right? What do you need to include MJF in the tweet? We giving MJF a pass. I'll give MJF a fucking pass over anybody. I'll give fucking Braun Breaker a pass over Jade Cargill because he is further along where she is. We didn't say anything demoralizing about Jade. What do you think she's going to do?
The day that I got to sit around and watch a couple of content creators say something to try to create a narrative that you want to put out there just so I can run and tweet it and tell somebody, shoot me. Shoot me. Everybody in the chat. Everybody here, please take me out and shoot me when I have nothing better to do than watch and hate watch a podcast. Just shoot me.
That's exactly what he's doing. It is 11:48 Eastern time, and he's blocked, and he hates what we do, and he's watching us. Who's on the fucking puppet strings now, Thick Cheese? Who is?
Nope.
There's this 15 seconds of fame.
Kill me.
Ridiculous. We said what we said, and then, like Jesse said, it's clipped in a way where people are going to misconstrue what we said. But it comes with the territory. I've been privy to that for so many years, man. But all you got to do is watch the fucking show, basically.
That's fine. I love it.
Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, and Dante Martin versus Zack Sabre Jr., Kyle Fletcher, Konosuke Takeshita, and Roderick Strong. Fun 8-man tag. This was billed as an all-star tag team match going into Forbidden Door. Mark Briscoe's a part of the ladder match for the TNT title. Kyle O'Reilly doesn't have any part in Forbidden Door right now. Orange Cassidy's wrestling Zack Sabre at the pay-per-view. Konosuke Takeshita is in the ladder match. Roderick Strong doesn't really have a part in Forbidden Door. Dante Martin's in the ladder match. So we got a couple of people here that are going to have a big role at the pay-per-view. And like I said, Tony Khan billed this as a all-star 8-man tag. It went about 20 minutes or so. And the baby faces win here. O'Reilly, Cassidy, Briscoe, and Dante win. Cassidy and O'Reilly landed a high-low type move. Everybody got their shit in towards the end, and Cassidy nailed Strong with his orange punch for the win. So good stuff there. It doesn't really play into any major story, but I'm very curious to see how Orange Cassidy works with somebody like Zack Sabre Jr., so it should be interesting. One Takeshita note, by the way. Takeshita is competing in the G1 Climax this year.
Yeah, I heard that. That should be interesting.
That's going to be, that's to me, you know, Jesse and I lobbied for him to be in the Continental Classic, which he was not last year. Maybe that changes this year, but him in that type of tournament that spans over 30 days, man, that's gonna be good for him.
That isn't Moxley still walking around the IWGP champion?
He's wrestling Naito at the pay-per-view, yes.
I don't know, man. I think Takeshita might be a little I scratch your back, you scratch mine type deal. Maybe Takeshita goes over there and wins the G1, man.
Guardian, get Toronto Kid out of the chat, please. Get him out of the chat.
I love the dude. The trolls are out tonight. I love it.
Toronto Kid is now banned from the venue. Get out.
I love it. They are out.
We got a Stephanie Vaquer versus Mercedes Moné vignette, which was narrated by Mercedes. Mercedes ended up calling Vaquer a bitch. So bitch is the favorite word of the month by AEW talent.
It's gimmick infringement, man.
I know, really. I thought this was a great vignette. Showed Mercedes training, and you know she was doing some rigorous activities there, showing us how ready she is and how she took her comeback to be very serious. And the Boston Celtics won the NBA Finals, and she was at the game-winning final game. So she was paraded around with the TBS title, and she's all over the place. The woman's doing her thing.
Game 5?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, she was there. She was with front row with the TBS title. And I'm looking forward to this match. And it is title for title. So we're getting both the New Japan Strong Women's title and the TBS title on the line here. And I think it's pretty safe to say that Mercedes is walking out a dual champion. But I'm very curious to see how these two women work together. It's the first time that I'm going to see these two women in the ring together, so it's going to be very good. Can't wait.
Did you see what kind of car she got out of?
I did not. Was it a Mustang?
No. It was a Mercedes.
Of course.
See?
Of course.
Attention to detail.
There you go. Yes, Toronto Kid is banned. Thank you. Thank you, Jesse. Goodbye. He's dying, he says. Oh, yeah, good. Now you're dying on the bench. Now nobody cares a shit about what you have to say because you can't chat.
I love it. I love it.
Acclaimed. Anthony Bowens and Max Caster defeated the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, AEW Tag Team Title Eliminator match. Wow, I need a round of applause here, man. We got an Eliminator match won by the challengers.
It had to happen at some point, right?
It's maybe the first time ever.
And I actually think this was done. I mean, look, I don't want to put this over like I enjoy eliminator matches, but I'm glad this one was done and the Bucks lost, because they're not. It shows me that they're not being betrayed as dominant heels. You know, they're not running around like the Roman Reigns of the tag division. They're vulnerable. They can take L's. I mean, it shows a flaw in, you know, in their whole gimmick of them being the heels that they are and shit like that. So actually, I actually for the one time enjoyed the champions losing in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they are building clearly towards a blood and guts match with the Acclaim being part of Team AEW, so they needed something to give this some juice. And if the Acclaim lost here, I mean, what do they got? They got nothing going into the fucking match now.
Yeah.
So they needed something going into blood and guts, and they needed a decisive victory here over the champions, which is the right move. And I don't like eliminator matches. I'm completely against them, but in this regard, it worked. And I don't know when we're going to get the tag team match. I'm assuming the Young Bucks are going to be part of Forbidden Door. Maybe we get it at Forbidden Door. We have an AEW championship match between two AEW talents on the show, so I don't see why the tag team titles can't be the same thing. So the Acclaimed are now the number one contenders for the tag team titles. Not like there was anybody else anyway.
Yeah.
But Max
Focus
Caster
on tag division, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it is. seemingly gone out the window. But Max Caster, he tried to come out and rap, and he got at least through the beginning part of his rap, and then the mic got cut off. And all of a sudden, we see Kazuchika Okada backstage. He's fumbling around with some controls, and he's pushing buttons, and he's got the headset on, and he all of a sudden says, "Oh no, I must have hit the wrong button." And he starts fake crying. He puts his face in his hands. "Oh, what did I do?" And then he lowers his hands, and he's smirking like a fucking prick. And he says, "I'm so sorry for hitting the wrong button." And he smiles and says, "Bitch."
Love it.
Listen, this is quickly becoming my favorite part of the entire show.
Love it.
He's got
That
new
was
merchandise
so
out. He's got new merchandise out now that says, "Shut up, bitches," on the shirt.
Don't appreciate Mercedes using Okada's gimmick. That's gimmick infringement, bro.
Yeah, really. And that new merch, man, I'd love to see someone, I'd love to see a father wearing that to their son or daughter's PTA meetings, you know, when they got to meet the teacher. "Shut up, bitches." Really, I mean,
Can't do that.
What happened to AEW merchandise over the years, man? Can we get the fucking Buck's wife, Matt's wife, back running the goddamn merchandise shit?
She quit, didn't she? She quit. Man.
It's like they got no creativity anymore. I haven't bought an AEW shirt in forever, man. I think the last shirt I bought was it might have been a Kenny Omega shirt.
I got a scapegoat.
You fucking Mark. Jesus Christ.
Now look. So I forget who it was, and if you're in the chat, you know, I'm sorry, tweet at me and I'll give you the credit. But someone tweeted something about, and it was a legit question, and I never thought about that until I read it. But it asked, has Jack Perry had a better return to AEW than Punk has had to WWE? And I never thought about it that way. But, I mean, seriously, it's actually a legitimate question at this point. It really, really is. I mean, Punk's just been plagued with injuries.
What does it have to do with anything?
Jack Perry being over with the scapegoat shirt situation. I'm wearing his scapegoat shirt, and I didn't realize how good of a return he's actually having.
Punk is riddled with injuries, but Punk is in the biggest storyline of pro wrestling right now.
Right. While injured.
While injured.
Yeah.
How many other people can you plug into that situation and have the storyline come off the way that it is right now? Not many.
Oh, probably nobody.
Nobody.
Probably nobody. But he's not injured. Is Jack?
He's not. And I give him credit. He's made it work. Because coming out of that terrible situation, he somehow made it work. So good for him.
He did. He did. I would rather have Punk on TV not injured than working rather than injured and working a storyline.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Tag team match here. We got the Bucks losing, and it started off as, the Bucks were in scissor me timbers quickly. Bowen started selling his taped-up hamstring. Matthew was working on the hamstring. Caster crashed and burned on the outside. The show went to commercial break. So despite the bad leg, Bowens made the hot tag when we got back from commercial. Ran wild too much, and the leg went out after a famouser. Matthew fired off a super kick, only got a 2 count off of it. He's hung up in the ropes. The Bucks hit a draping senton off the top. Caster made the save. Bowens dodged the EVP trigger. They start coming back. Again, the Bucks went after the leg with super kicks. So the Bucks pumped up their shoes because they got the Reeboks, and they hit super kick party. But again, Caster made the save on Bowens, only to be thrown to the outside. Bowens got free from the TK driver, but Matthew took the ref and got a low blow. EVP trigger connected, but for the third time, Caster broke up the pin. So Caster was then dumped into the front row as the Bucks hit what I believe is the Motor City Machine Guns Made in Detroit finish. I wonder if that has anything to do with what we're going to see going into the Blood and Guts match. It's kind of weird that they used the Motor City Machine Guns finish. But Nicholas tried a belt shot here. Well, Matthew tried to use the title belt, but Rick Knox took it from him. Nicholas then tried a belt shot, but decked his brother. Bowens hit the arrival, and Caster connected with the mic drop, giving the Acclaim the 1, 2, 3. Daddy S was in the ring and celebrated post-match with the new #1 contenders. Decent stuff here. Crowd was a little quiet for it coming out of the last match, the 8-man tag. But I'm glad that we got the Acclaimed at least stamping their name to somewhat importance, something important here going into Blood and Guts, because if they didn't, then I would be worried about their inclusion in the match, which I think will be Swerve, the Acclaimed, and whoever else they want to be on the team. Maybe it's 5. I don't know. Maybe it is the Motor City Machine Guns as the other 2 guys. I think it's going to be 5-on-5. I think Christian Cage, I'm predicting, will be one of the members on Team Elite. But we'll see what happens. But all in all, this was a decent tag team match.
It is. By the way, where is Christian Cage?
He was on Collision. He had that Father's Day celebration.
Oh, well, that's his day.
Yes, he's the greatest father of all time. Yes.
I mean, that.
Did you see what he did?
No, what did he do?
Luchasaurus hand drew a portrait of him, beautiful portrait of Christian Cage, all majestic, looking fucking great, right? And all of a sudden he kind of blew past it. Christian blew past it. He's like, in light of what's going on for Father's Day, Nick Wayne got him a handwritten card, sloppy. It looked like a 4-year-old drew it, and he was more moved by Nick Wayne's note to him than he was by the picture or the portrait drawn by Luchasaurus. What a fucking asshole. How many man hours did Luchasaurus spent on this fucking portrait? And Nick Wayne fucking took a crayon to a piece of construction paper and gave it to Christian Cage, expressing his love for his father. You believe this shit?
He's Father of the Year. It makes sense.
Fuck. Ridiculous, man. What an asshole.
Was Mama Wayne out there?
Mama Wayne was there, yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yes, he did say that on this day, which I think it was around this time, Nick Wayne's father passed away many, many years ago. On this day, I have to say, says Christian Cage, your father passing away is the greatest thing that's ever happened in your life, you know? As he was standing there next to his mother. It's crazy. Gotta love Christian.
All right, Tony just tweeted out, Max and Hichiro are official for Forbidden Door.
Great. There you go.
There we go.
On a show that's loaded up with banger matches, man. I'm not going to complain too much. It is what it is. Tony's got, listen, he had to, I would rather see that than some random fucking 10-man tag with CMLL.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'll take it. No complaining here. Samoa Joe and Hook, they're walking backstage where they're going to rush the Premier Athlete's dressing room. And Joe says he's tired of dealing with them, so he wants Hook to be extra. They bust the door open, and they aren't there. And there's a note challenging Joe, Hook, and Shibata to a 6-man tag on Collision. Joe accepts. This note, by the way, was written by Mark Sterling. Joe accepts, and Shibata says he's going to beat up these goofy bitches. Again, we got Shibata and Mercedes gimmick infringing on Okada. We have a problem.
It's a problem, man. That's Okada's stick, bro.
Ridiculous.
This is my personal favorite storyline going on right now.
Hook?
Right now, Joe should be Father of the Year.
Yeah.
Joe is walking around taking Hook completely under his wing. He's even telling them what to tell people about who's got the best food around town. It's like, don't tell people where you live have the best fucking food.
Yeah.
Let them stay out of your fucking neighborhood. You know, he's schooling him on every fucking thing. Joe is the father that Hook never had, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe is doing good by Hook, I will say. I like it. I'd even go for a tag team title run for those guys.
I'm sitting there looking. Shouldn't Taz be offended right about now, man?
No, I think Taz is proud. I think Taz is in a state right now where he doesn't have to worry about his son.
Yeah. He's going around following Joe, man. He's in good hands. He's in real good hands.
Mariah May. She was in the ring. We got a contract signing for the Women's Championship match at Forbidden Door between Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa.
Oh, my God.
She made her way out to the ring, which, I mean, I'm not paying attention to anything else but what she was wearing, man. I mean, oh my goodness, man. More of that, please. May.
More Mina this week and less Jericho.
Yes. We got a lot more Mina. Somebody's listening. Somebody there is listening. Mariah May and Mina kissed in the middle of the ring twice. And then she introduced Toni Storm. So Toni gets in the ring and she kisses Mariah May 4 times. So 4 for Toni and 2 for Mina. May said she loves them both. Mina told Mariah to shut up and then address Toni Storm. She said, Storm became a star in AEW, but as champion, she got soft and she is weak. So I was actually surprised by Mina's English here, man. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad.
She said she'll take her title and her girl at Forbidden Door. Oh, my goodness.
Man.
Oh, boy. Tony says she'll slap the bloody tits off of Mina if she raises her voice to Mariah again. I have no problem with that. None. She said, this buffet is wide open, so grab a bowl and line up. She said she has some advice for Mina. Chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe as she signed the contract. So the match is now official for Forbidden Door.
Lovely.
So Mina told May she must choose between them. She must choose Tony or she must choose Mina. And I'm like, oh, boy. Look at where this story's going, man. Saraya and Harley Cameron come down. No music. We get them interrupting. Saraya says she is so sick of this, and I didn't come alone, bitch. What are we doing here? Can we just keep bitch to Okada? Everybody's saying bitch now.
Ruined everything.
All of a sudden, Anna Jay attacks Mina from behind. Saraya attacks Mariah. Harley Cameron beat up Toni Storm. Cameron and Anna leaned the table in the corner that was a part of the contract signing. And Saraya set up a move on Mariah May. Toni Storm made the save with her shoe. She beat everybody. She goes for the hip attack, and she charges in and misses and goes through the table. Saraya moved, and Tony crashes through the table. Luther was there to comfort Tony in the ring as this new Outcasts leaves, and Mariah is on the aisleway on the top of the ramp consoling Mina. Did Mariah, Jesse, already make her choice?
If she did she choose wrong?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
I didn't think so either.
She did not choose wrong at all.
I think it's all a ruse. I don't think she's going anywhere away from Tony.
But she is a part of the Owen, though. Mariah is a part of the Owen. We got the men's brackets here. This is, by the way, I would say this is the strongest and most thought-out story going into Forbidden Door and All In. So good for AEW, man. They do tell stories, but most of them are not good. This one is at the top of the list of being one of their best all year. So good on them.
Yeah.
I don't know where this Saraya Anna Jay thing's coming from. I mean, Saraya's not really... Saraya's going to have a presence in the tournament, and Anna Jay... You know, she really hasn't had a presence on AEW television as of late in many months. She's just there when they need her for something. But is this going to get her where she needs to be? Probably not. She's just another beautiful woman, you know, to team along and tag along with Saraya. So it's like, what are they going for? I don't know what they're going for.
Yeah, me.
The Owen brackets have been revealed. Claudio versus Pac, Danielson versus Shingo Takagi. That's the left bracket. Ray Phoenix and Jay White. I was going to say Jay Lethal, God forbid. Ray Phoenix and Jay White, and then Jeff Jarrett and the wild card, who they have not named. I'm assuming that will be Adam Page. If you guys want our thoughts on the Jeff Jarrett inclusion in this tournament, we talked about that in the beginning of the show. The women's bracket, the women's tournament is very strong, where Tony kind of lazily put the men's together. The women's tournament is strong. We got Willow Nightingale and Serena Deeb, Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander. Again, I don't know what Nyla Rose is doing. I know she's a former champion, but Nyla Rose has not had anything to do on AEW Dynamite. So, again, a waste of a match because nobody thought Statlander was losing.
No.
Nyla Rose and Statlander, Deonna Purrazzo and Hikaru Shida, and the Mariah May versus Saraya. So, Saraya beat Mariah a couple of weeks back, so it looks like Mariah is getting her win back over Saraya in the tournament. And Deonna versus Hikaru Shida is probably going to be the best women's match in the tournament so far out of the quarterfinal round. So I like the women's. I do. But, again, Tony's got this thing where he just loves giving away fucking predictable matches in a tournament. Why? Why?
Yeah, AMG 2 is right. Where's Thunder Rosa?
Thunder Rosa lost to Deonna Purrazzo on Collision in a no DQ match.
That was a qualifier?
That was not a qualifier. There was no qualifiers. That was the blow off to their feud. So I'm assuming they put Deonna over and then included her in the tournament because Thunder Rosa lost.
Yeah, but how was Thunder Rosa not in the tournament, but Nyla Rose is?
I don't know. Again, I question why Tony gives away matches that have absolutely a predictable outcome in the tournament. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Statlander versus Thunder Rosa would have been a very good match and a better match than what we got here with Nyla Rose.
And also less predictable.
Yes. I don't know. I don't book the show. I just talk about it. Speaking of which, Statlander and Nyla Rose. Statlander wins. This went 7 minutes. Rose landed a cannonball in the corner after a quick commercial break. And then Statlander avoided the Beast Bomb, landed the axe kick for a near fall. Statlander then finished Rose with a tombstone piledriver, which looked very impressive, by the way.
Yeah.
Statlander wins with the tombstone, and she advances to the second round of the tournament. This is shaping up, Jesse, to have Willow and Statlander in the next round of the tournament. Who wins if that's the case? Who's going to the finals?
Ooh, it's an interesting question, man. I know they would love to put Willow over there. That's their girl. That's the top baby face of the women's division. But Stat needs some dominance with this fresh turn of hers, man. So it needs to be Statlander.
So I'm thinking we're all in agreement here. Mariah May is going to win the tournament, right? Mariah May and Willow in the
Do
tournament.
you have some cricket noises you can put on for me? I deleted mine.
I do actually.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
No Mariah May, man. I would definitely go with Stat or Willow to win.
Willow winning the tournament back-to-back years, huh?
Willow or Stat, yeah. If not Stat, then Willow. I think the winner of that match is going to win.
But how are we paying off this Tony and Mariah storyline if Mariah is not going to the United Kingdom, where she is from, to wrestle in front of that crowd to win the championship from Toni Storm?
This storyline can linger, for all I'm concerned. It's not something that we're waiting for a payoff on. I mean,
So,
they can have their match blow it off, and they can still have this whole rivalry. They can put her on a pole match for all I care. Man. It could be Mariah on a pole. I mean, but it can keep on going for all I'm concerned, man.
So, from what we discussed already, it doesn't look like Will Ospreay will be crowned the new world champion in Wembley. So, you mean to tell me that Tony's going to botch on Mariah May as well?
You think that would be a botch?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, they gave the title to Saraya last year. I mean, you're not going to give it to Mariah May?
I mean, I think there was a mistake giving it to Saraya.
It was a mistake.
That don't mean
But it wouldn't be a
the same
mistake to give it to
twice.
Mariah May. She's not as over as Tony, but I mean, the story calls for it, right?
I don't see Mariah May as being the leader of the division right now.
Me neither.
So I'm not putting the title on her. No.
I don't know. After the match here, Stokely cut a promo and told Willow that if she lays a hand on him or Statlander, she'll be in the same cell as Justin Timberlake, who got arrested for DUI and drug possession.
Yes, he did.
Cry me a river.
Cry me a river, man.
Willow appeared on the big screen and addressed Stokely. She congratulated Statlander on her win and then said she'll be facing Serena Deeb on Rampage this Friday. Great. Poor Serena. Huh? She said she'll be there and there'll be no more running after that, and she'll get one step closer to her goal of going to Wembley Stadium.
Don't know what's going on with Serena, man. I just feel like she should be more important to the division right now, man. I mean, especially since they just, went and turned her heel during that last feud. Great. Run with that. They have her go around. She should be the big bad bully of the women's division right about now. She thinks she's a better wrestler than every other woman in that whole division. Perfect. Use that.
Have we not heard Jesse's take on the Wyatt 6 debut? Would love to hear his thoughts. Maybe we'll get that before the Super Chats. Maybe. Renee interviewed Private Party after the clip aired of TV Time with Chris Jericho last week. Fantastic. Jericho interrupted and waved at them. Hi, guys. How you doing, guys? He says they cheated last week to get the advantage over them. So this week's lesson is that when facing luchadors, he always avoided the pile driver. He says he always said, that doesn't work for me, brother. And he didn't do it. Big Bill told them to make a good first impression. They have. He says they'll be watching their match on Friday. Brian Keith then told Private Party they better respect Chris Jericho. I mean, is he just the token one in the group, bro, saying...
No, don't call him token.
No, okay. Is he the guy there that's... you gotta get the same fucking role every week? Is that all he's good for?
I think so. The same way that they got Big Bill out there as the, be as jolly as Chris Jericho, just as obnoxious as Chris Jericho, and then the bounty hunter's job is to go back and be the polar opposite. I don't know what they're fucking doing, and I don't like it. I wish it would go away.
Shit sucks.
It fucking sucks, man.
Shit is garbage.
Man.
Love Jericho. Shit's garbage. I'm sorry. Daniel Garcia versus Titus Red. Who?
Titus Catering? What?
Is this an extension of Titus O'Neil?
Oh, man.
Is he a chef?
Employed?
Is he a chef in the making for Titus Catering? I don't know.
He's still employed there, isn't he?
I don't know. He is, yeah.
How all of these releases and shit like that?
He's an ambassador, bro. Worldwide. He's an ambassador for the company. Why is this on the show? Daniel Garcia versus some Ring of Honor scrub, man. Why is this guy here? Why is this match happening? Why we couldn't save this for Rampage?
I don't know. I had one of our followers tweeted me about Daniel Garcia being on TV. He hates him about as much as you. I mean, he hates Garcia, bro.
Hi, guys!
I think Garcia is a fantastic wrestler, man.
Venom says Dominic Mysterio has officially folded. He reposted Liv tweeting saying she is thinking of him. Listen, man, I would have folded 3 weeks ago.
Oh, man. She posted that from her bedroom, too, bro.
Bro, I would have folded, not this week, the week before, man, where she was riding the bull. I would have folded immediately.
Hey, man.
Liv is a very lovely woman, bro. That's all
I'm a happily married man, and I wouldn't do anything like that. I sent you a text asking you who was winning. Otis with Mandy and Maxine, or Dominic with Liv and Mommy.
Dominic is winning all the way, bro.
Yeah, I think you might be right,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I think you might be right. But although Mandy is almost enough to make up for the two by herself.
Yeah.
Almost.
Nah, I don't know, man. Listen, Mandy's lovely. Liv is more my type, though, I'll say.
Yeah, but I'm two lucky men, bro. What can I say?
I like him tiny. Liv is the perfect height.
I'll see it. I'm not going there.
All right, we got to wrap this up. My iPad is dying. Danny Garcia wins in 1 minute. Who gives a shit? Afterwards, Khan and Toa Leona attacked Matt Menard, who was on commentary. Brian Cage and Hechicero attacked Garcia in the ring. MJF ran out for the save. He got overwhelmed by the numbers here. Hechicero tried to snap MJF's arm, and Will Ospreay, he makes the save. And then MJF and Ospreay cleared the ring, and then they bumped into each other. Not knowing that they did, they turn around and they have a face-to-face chant with fans chanting, "Holy shit." Are we looking at a seed planted for Wembley Stadium, bro?
I think that reaction should tell TK to back off for right now. Back off and let that match marinate. Let it marinate. I think that might, I think that might be the best idea. There is no rush to it.
Yeah.
You just signed both of these guys. This could be your one fucking chance to do a one year storyline build. Let that shit marinate. You only have one chance to give us our first MJF Will Ospreay match. Let it build.
Let me ask you something. This is quite the interesting development here. If we do get this match this year at Wembley, because it fits the bill, no doubt about it. It's a main event that could main event any show, period, in the industry.
Oh, yeah.
Is MJF going into Wembley, potentially against Will Ospreay, going to lose this soon into his return? That's my first question. Now, Ospreay...
I don't see MJF losing for a while.
Me neither. That's the thing. Now, Ospreay, here's another question for you. Is Ospreay going into Forbidden Door and then into All In, losing back-to-back pay-per-view matches? Do you see that happening?
That's another good one. Unless he goes on an absolute tear between Forbidden Door and All In and just wins every damn thing.
I don't know. Is Will Ospreay the wild card in the tournament? We don't know. We don't know.
That would be lame. Why would...
That would be lame, yeah. I know.
I mean, why are we hiding him? I mean, active on the roster.
Maybe they're trying to weasel a way for him to get into the tournament. I don't know.
Interesting, man. It's these are good problems to have. These are pretty big names to have to book. And I mean, if his track record's taught us anything, I don't know if TK is going to get this one right or not. But he needs to be very careful. He needs to be very careful with what he does with Will Ospreay and MJF. I would say Kenny Omega to a certain degree when he comes back, but Kenny Omega is untouchable. I mean,
If Will Ospreay and MJF doesn't happen, here's another question. If MJF and Will Ospreay doesn't happen this year at All In, what is MJF doing at All In? Are we looking at Adam Cole potentially returning? I mean, he should be ready by then, right?
he should be ready by then, and that'd be a good spot to blow that off too. I mean, even if not, MJF came out when he returned. He came out and just created all kinds of enemies for himself when he just went down the whole roster of everybody who was trying to keep the company afloat while he was out.
Yep.
And just pretty much said, you guys all suck, and I'm back now, and I'm going to do it myself. You can build a feud off any one of those guys that he named. You know, I mean, so it'd be great, man. I mean, Swerve.
Yeah.
I mean, any fucking thing. I mean, who fucking knows, man? I'm excited. I'm excited about All In already, just because of MJF coming back. I think MJF coming back as soon as he did really does put a little bit of a wrench into some of the things we thought were going to happen this summer with the top of the card.
Yeah, like you said, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Main event. We got Claudio and Pac. This is the first of the men's Owen tournament matches. Backstage before the match, though, Renee approached Ospreay. Ospreay says he didn't care about MJF. Brian Cage charged at him. He was held back. Cage told him to put his title on the line, and he'll face him Saturday on Collision. Just giving away title matches. Whatever.
There you go.
Guess it doesn't matter. He's the international champion, right? He's a fighting champion.
Do what he wants.
Yeah, people complain that Seth Rollins got a world championship match when he didn't even ask for one on Monday.
He didn't even.
Damian Priest gave it to him. He didn't get it and he asked for it. He was going to go into Money in the Bank, but Damian Priest, nah. I wanted the cash in on you instead of Drew, so I'm gonna give you a championship match because I respect you.
I'm gonna come in and earn my way back to the top and you get it right now.
But where's that same energy, JD?
Okay, I guess I get it right now.
Well, maybe if you open your fucking ears, I won't have to explain it to you. It's not the same thing. It's not like Kyle O'Reilly getting fucking a TBS title match, a TNT title match, an Intercontinental title match, my Aunt Tilly's fucking title match. Every title match he's getting.
Love it.
It's not the same thing. Pac and Claudio. This was 13 minutes. Good stuff. Nothing these guys do is bad, but I felt that this was rushed for some reason. I don't know why. I felt like these guys didn't really get into that gear, bro, where we know they could go, but it was still good. It was still great.
Yeah, they had an overrun too.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't feel rushed to me. I mean, I actually enjoyed the match. I mean, and to be honest, I didn't have Pac penciled in to win. I thought they would go with Claudio.
I didn't have I didn't think Pac was going to lose. No matter who he wrestled, I didn't think Pac was going to lose. I think Pac and Brian in the next round is going to be fucking great.
Yeah,
honestly.
That's going to be good. That's gonna be good. You saw how pissed off Claudio was and Brian trying to calm him down.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
We could be, listen, if it's Pac and Brian, and then we get Jay White on the opposite end, and then Hangman Page. We're looking at Jay White, Hangman, Brian, and Pac. Or even if it's Jay White and Ospreay. Jay White and Hangman. Jay White and who could fill in for that spot? MJF. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know who the wild card is going to be, but as of right now, Jay White's just in the finals. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what. We'll see.
But we got to wait till the
wild
wild card is for. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Isn't Jay White completely opposite of that wild card spot?
Yeah.
So yeah, so they'll face in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Okay, so makes sense. Hangman makes sense. It's about time. We need Hanger back on TV, man. It's about time for him to come back.
We do. He'll be back soon. We go right to a commercial break right at the top. This is getting an overrun. Picture-in-picture break. Pac sidestepped, charging Claudio, and Claudio posted himself against the steel post in the process. Hurricanrana off the apron. Acai moonsault hit perfectly by Pac. Claudio looked like he was going to catch Pac coming off the top with a moonsault, or coming off the apron rather with a moonsault. Pac spun it into a DDT and a top rope springboard elbow back inside. He goes for recovery, gets a 2 count. Both men traded strikes. Pac wanted a shooting star press. He rolled through and was taken out by a huge uppercut by Claudio. Claudio did the giant swing. Pac was in there kind of flailing about, and he did 10 revolutions before being nailed with another lariat. He goes for cover. It gets a near fall, does Claudio. Ricola bomb countered into a brutalizer on Claudio by Pac. And Claudio started to fade, but Claudio rolled out into a sharpshooter and then transitioned into a crossface. A bunch of wild pin attempts here. Pac got the crucifix for the flash pin. So I like the way that it ended because both guys were so evenly matched. It took one ill-timed pin, flash pin, to beat Claudio, and that was it. Post-match, Pac was going to show respect, but Claudio, believe it or not, he was going to show respect. Claudio shrugged it off and looked at Danielson on commentary. He said, sometimes those types of things happen. So I don't know if that's going to tell a bigger story with Claudio, maybe leaving the Blackpool Combat Club, maybe going heel. I don't know. But Pac stared down at Danielson, who was on commentary, and that is probably going to be your semifinal match for the Owen. And that's the way the show came to a close. They hyped up Rampage on Friday. Private Party versus Commander and Gran Metalik. There you go. Rent a Lucha by Tony. Willow versus Serena for the Owen. And Leo Rush versus Action Andretti for a TNT title qualifier ladder match. Leo Rush is going to be at the pay-per-view, and that's a good deal. Love it. Collision. Will Ospreay defends against Brian Cage, the International Championship. Kazuchika Okada will go one-on-one with the Ultimo Guerrero in a Continental title match. Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata, bitch, versus the Premier Athletes. And Private Party versus Big Bill and Chris Jericho, man. So what that means is I'll be watching half of Collision. Half of Collision. 2 of the 4 matches I care about or want to see. The others I don't. Next week on Dynamite, Swerve and Ospreay will be teaming up together against the Gates of Agony. Oh, man. Can they coexist, pal?
They coexist.
What are we doing, bro? Timeless Tony Storm, Mariah May, and Mina Shirakawa against Saraya, Harley Cameron, and Anna Jay. Can they coexist?
Can they
pal?
Can they coexist? I don't know. I just don't know.
And Switchblade Jay White versus Ray Phoenix in the Owen next week.
There we go. Primo Cologne in the chat. I want to point this out.
Primo Cologne.
He says, do we think oh, that's not what the fuck he said. Hold on.
Do we think AEW goes open market and shops Dynamite around? Their exclusive window with Warner Brothers ends in July.
Not that one. Not with that. No. He said Claudio still not improving on his mic skills. Really shows how he just has a ceiling and isn't world championship material.
Did you guys watch the show tonight and see the vignette that was before the match? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't get that. See, Primo, that is you swallowing and regurgitating shit that Vince McMahon has programmed you to think.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio has some of the worst mic skills in the history of pro wrestling. And at the same time, he is one of the greatest WWE stars of all time. No mic skills. Point is, you don't have to have mic skills to reach the top, man. You don't have to. It's a bonus. It's great. Don't get me wrong. But it's not mandatory. Plenty of stars have made it to the top without mic skills. So
there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's post show. AEW Dynamite. Very good show tonight, man. Looking forward to next week. We got some solid build going into Forbidden Door. Should be a great show. No complaints out of me tonight outside Jeff Jarrett, honestly. And hopefully you guys understand where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, they'll just clip what they want to clip and then post it.
Oh, he doesn't understand. He was friends of Owens. It's great. That's fantastic. Good for him. He doesn't belong in the fucking tournament for the biggest prize in the company at the biggest show of the year. Give me... Fucking ridiculous, man. Give me a break with that shit. Jesse, what did you think of Wyatt 6?
So, the Wyatt 6 presentation, I thought it was really, 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 really good. I thought they gave you a lot, but at the same time, they really didn't give you shit.
Yeah.
You know, so that just leaves more to want and more to do and everything like that. I don't understand the significance of what they did to Gorilla. Like, I don't understand. So is Chad dead? I mean, what happens to Gorilla? Where was Triple H back there and all that other stuff? You know, so I'm wondering about some of that stuff, like as far as the continuity goes. But as far as the presentation, I thought it looked absolutely insane. I think Nikki Cross could not have been a better pick for Sister Abigail. I think we were fantasy booking her as Sister Abigail long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that worked out well. I like that Rowan is back. I don't know how they fit Dexter Lumis into the Wyatt 6 situation, but nonetheless, his original gimmick fits very well.
Yep.
Fits very well for what they would do. So nonetheless, he's gonna kill it. Dexter Lumis was all about his character work. Like, that was the absolute best part of his whole thing, was his character work. I'm loving it. I am wondering who the 6th member is, and I'm kind of worried that it might be Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. It could be Alexa. It could be nobody. It could be the Spirit of Bray. Who knows?
I hope so, because I don't see the faction having room for 2 women of power in that faction when Sister Abigail is supposed to be that figure.
Yeah.
So it's either Alexa Bliss or Nikki Cross as Sister Abigail, or one of them is out. You know, and to be honest, I would have been okay with Alexa Bliss playing Sister Abigail as well, but they went with Nikki. I think that's a great choice too, and I'm excited to how they book them is going to be a whole nother different thing, because right now they seem very special, supernatural, and just something like, it gives me the original Fiend vibes. But now what happens when the bell rings is what I want to know.
Yeah, that's everybody's concern. We'll find out. We will see.
Yeah.
Zero Kaiba in the chat says, JD's a WWE shill, man. Yeah, I know. You won't hear a peep from these people on social media unless I say something that they don't agree with and I hate the fucking show.
Yeah.
You won't hear a peep from tonight's show.
Yep.
Let's get to these super chats. Nick Williams with the $10 super chat. Going through hard times at the moment. Me and my girlfriend broke up, and mentally I'm not doing well. Honestly, thank God for any wrestling in general, and your reviews keep me cheered up. Hope you are doing well. Nick Williams, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Listen, man, she ain't with you now, and she left you. Whatever you guys went through, you're young enough, brother. Seriously, everything will be fine. If she's not here right now, there's somebody else better for you. That's all I could say. We've been through it all.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you being here, man. We try our best to make everybody feel good, keep everybody laughing and happy. Hopefully we're doing the same for you, man. Michael with the $2 super chat. You can book AEW for 1 month. What would you do?
That's not gonna help.
1 month? That's all I got?
You gotta deal with what they did before that month, and then what happens after that month.
I'm booking AEW for 1 month. I'm splitting the fucking rosters. A dedicated roster on Collision and a dedicated roster on Dynamite. We'll just take it from there. Michelle with the $2 super chat. If MJF is not the wild card, then TK is beyond help. I don't know.
No,
we'll see.
That's not fair.
He's already beyond help. He doesn't listen to anybody.
Don't say that.
We will see. It's either MJF, Will Ospreay, or Adam Page. I can't see anybody else filling that role. Triple M, $2 super chat. JEFFJARRETTLMAO.
Triple M helped me through.
I know. He told me.
Oh, he did? I didn't know. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
He was going to help me too, but I couldn't log in until like fucking 5 o'clock yesterday.
Oh, okay.
David Thiering, thank you, brother, for the $100 super chat earlier in the show. Jason Barker, thank you for the $100 super chat in the 22 months. How's it going, y'all? Sorry I haven't been present as I would like to. I've been putting in the work. Got to 1,000 X followers and got 2 jobs. 22 months. Congratulations, bro. Keep it up. Gold Standard. $5 super chat. WCW 2000 is greater than tonight's episode of Dynamite. No. I wasn't a fan of WCW, nor do I care. Frank Morano with a 5. Bruv, you had a hit row. I had a hit list. That shit hit hard. Kudos, Ospreay. That was a good line. That was a very good line. Mr. Team Bring It with a 199. Drinking some Broken Skull beer. Enjoy your day. Thank you, man. I'm not a big fan of Stone Cold's beer, but I have not tried the American Lager, but I can't imagine it tastes anything different than a Budweiser, man. Same shit. Hulk Hogan's got a beer coming out. The Real American Lager, or whatever it's called. The Real American Beer, or whatever it's called. It's 4.7% alcohol, man. A light beer that is very reminiscent of Bud Light or Coors Light. Great. That's exactly what we need. More shit beer in the fucking economy.
In case you guys don't know, JD is a beer snob.
Yeah.
If it comes in a can or a bottle, he probably doesn't like it. It needs to be on tap. Costs too much money. And at a ritzy, yuppity fucking bar.
Bro, if you are coming to New York, man, we're going to Peculiar Pub, okay?
I don't like fucking beer. Take me to a whiskey bar.
I could take you to a whiskey bar, but they serve cocktails there too.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, we'll go to the Dead Poet, okay?
All right. Sounds good. I want to go to George Motz's restaurant.
Who?
Exactly.
Why don't you go to Guy Fieri's restaurant, man?
Oh, why would I do that?
No, you don't want to go there.
You even know who George Motz is?
It's just a high-end Applebee's. That's all it is.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that's what it would be.
You got to go to Il Molino, bro. That's where you got to go.
What do they serve?
Italian.
Italian?
Yeah.
Oh, we got nice Italian spots downtown Chicago.
Billy with a $100 super chat. Thank you, Billy. Thank you earlier for the support, brother. DV Acme with a 31 months. What most impressed me about this show is it set up dozens of stories, feuds, and matches for Collision, Forbidden Door, All In, and Long Term. Yeah. They did a good job tonight. Frank, $2 super chat. Oh my God, just give me Mina every week. Yes. See, now, the real question is, if you guys had to choose one or the other, are you choosing Mina or are you choosing Liv? Who are you choosing?
Mina.
I don't know, man.
Mina. Look.
You know, at that point, yes. At that point, just fucking choose one for me. I ain't choosing. You can't go wrong.
Now we're splitting hairs, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it just comes down to preference at that point.
Mr. Team Bring It with a $4.99. Ospreay vs. MJF doesn't have to be for the title at All In. From that reaction alone, let's have Danielson finally get a world title run. But does Bryan want one? I don't think Bryan wants one.
That's a good question. And again, if it's not for the world title, who's gonna follow that?
Yeah, there's a lot of Minas in the chat, man. Honestly, no, I see one Liv.
He ain't wrong. If you tell me Bryan Danielson's the best wrestler in the world, I'm not gonna call you wrong. If you say it's Will Ospreay, I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
No.
So if you choose Mina or Liv, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Now, if you choose Mina, if you choose if you leave Liv there and you want to choose, Nia Jax, now I'm gonna call you wrong. That's not preference.
Man.
That's not preference, bro. That's wrong.
Basic with a $4.99. That spot that Jarrett is taking up could be used for another wrestler who has been camping out at catering for the past 2 years. Anybody, bro. Anybody. David M., thank you for the 200 and super chat, brother. Really appreciate you always being here, man, and showing up big. Vinny with a $4.99. MJF returning to feud with Roosh would be like Roman returning to feud with Bronson Reed. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, man. Why are we disrespecting Bronson Reed like that?
See, you thought you was getting over on that.
Why are we disrespecting Roosh like that?
Think about the rub that gives Bronson Reed. Think about that. Roman comes back. He's in a match with Bronson Reed. That makes Bronson Reed more important. It doesn't make Roman less important.
MJF's got the highest rated segment on the entire show, man. Imagine what that does to Roosh and how many people now know who Roosh is. Keep that in mind.
The object of the game is to build everyone else up, man. Everyone needs to be built up.
Yep.
And if that's what it means if you got to put Roosh in a match with MJF, That's a W for Roosh, and that's how we explained it earlier on. That's a big match for Roosh, and he nailed it.
Juan Castle in the chat says Roosh sucks. No, he doesn't. I don't know what you're watching, bro. Shinobi with the 17 months. Hey, Jesse, that Kendrick show was so fire. R.I.P. to Drake. He's done.
Oh, I gotta watch that. I hope it's on demand. But yeah, Kendrick had a live concert tonight on like Amazon and Twitch. It's pretty damn good.
Mr. Team Bring It with a $4.99 and a $1.99. He says, have to give the con man credit. Things are unpredictable. There are many ways to go forward towards All In. And he says, is New York pizza truly superior? I don't listen, man. That's a personal preference.
Subjective.
Very
but
subjective.
I will tell you this: I will be in a position to have had the best of both, and I'll let you know when I get to New York.
Scorpio 1117 with the $2 super chat. Andrade left AEW just to be on WWE Speed. LMFAO.
Andrade can't catch a break.
No, but he's got Charlotte, so
yeah,
he is where his wife is.
Oh, somebody put up one of those 12 months of the year, and they had like a WWE or a wrestling female on every month, and you had to say what month you were born in to see if that person hit on you, would you would take it. And fucking Charlotte Flair was February, bro.
Negative.
Nope. It's
hard pass, bro.
Yeah, same.
Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. How would you book SmackDown as of now? I don't know. Give me Roman and give me Jacob Fatu, and then I'll tell you. Gold Standard with a $5 super chat. Ospreay is not ready for the main event. He looks like an indie guy. And if I could refund you your $5 back, Gold Standard, for that comment, I would. And Triple M with a $5 super chat. Every day after work, I'll be farming Dual Destiny till I get Caliban and Liars. So if any OTS hunters are trying to farm, let me know.
Triple M, I'm gonna switch to I'm gonna do my Hunter and my Warlock. I'm gonna get them built up and ready for that.
Man, I need some Girl Falcons and some fucking Caliban or some whatever. I need whatever Girl Falcons. I need some I need a good Void. I need something good for my Deadfall Shadow Shot Hunter, man.
Is Deadfall on Prismatic?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Guys, that's all we got. And I appreciate you joining us tonight. I appreciate you guys supporting via the super chats. Hit that thumbs up, man. We need about 50 more likes for 750. We can get to that. I would really appreciate it. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Go follow Jesse on social media at Chi-Town Smart. Go hit the subscribe button over on Jesse's channel. Link is down below in the description of this very podcast. And make sure you guys go check out all of the other content on the channel. Plenty of it for you to catch up on, including last night's tremendous Tuesday Night Titans with myself and the Salamonster. I'll be back next week, and we got more content coming this week right here on Off the Script, guys. Until then, take care. Have a great Wednesday going into Thursdays, and I'll see you right back here with more content on OTS. I'll see you guys later.